All right, we're going to talk about why it is important to have your home inspected before you go on the market. Now, a lot of realtors will argue with me about this, but here's what I found. Back in 2007, I realized that we were getting crushed in negotiations during the option period. And the reason why is because the way that the resale contract works is that the buyer has about 7 to 10 days typically to cancel the contract, and they have the unrestricted right to cancel the contract, and all they lose is a few $100s. And what that time is really meant for is so that they can have the house inspected and do their due diligence and make sure that they know what they're getting. Well, inevitably, they call us on the final hour of the final day of the option period, and they ask for, let's just use an example, they ask for $3,000 for repairs. And my clients and I look at these repairs and we go, well, that's $500 at best, but you know what? We got a contract in hand. We want this contract. Let's just settle for $1,500 and keep moving. And that, by the way, is about the national average that we find, that people end up paying about 4 times what they could or should have had they just had the house inspected beforehand. And so what we did in 2007 is we flipped it. We said, hey, look, let's go ahead and spend the $400 or $500, have the house inspected before we go on the market, address the issues that we think we're going to hear back from the buyer anyway, then have a list of those repairs for the buyer. And now, totally different scenario. The buyer walks in, we hand them a copy of the inspection report. Now they know exactly what they're buying before they make the offer. Okay? They're still typically going to get their inspection done themselves. They're still going to come to us on the last hour, the last day of the option period, and they're going to ask for something. But now we're not over a barrel. See, they're going to come back and I'm going to say, hey, no, wait a minute. Unless you found something that we didn't know about, then we've all been negotiating on a level playing field with full knowledge of the property. So we're not really inclined to negotiate much at all here, if any. And time again, spending that $400 or $500 in the beginning for the inspection has paid off in multiples for our clients. So it's my recommendation to have your home inspected before you go on the market, address those things that we think need to be addressed. And then also, the one thing that we found is that we get a little bit of marketing credit. If it's between our house that's been inspected and they're looking at another house down the street that hasn't been inspected, we've taken care of some of that uncertainty, and we find that we show it better in a marketing sense as well. So get your house pre-inspected.